Welcome guys back to more episodes of the X-Files. That last episode had me. It did have me. I was convinced it was the girl's father because he was the crazy one. And it wasn't. And it also wasn't what we thought it was. And the guy, the other priest, wasn't who we thought he was either. So I enjoyed that because it misdirected kind of like the episode previously to it, the Melini one. So we've had two like that now. I have just noticed, before we start this episode, this does appear to be a two-part episode, so may not be much of a review at the end of this one. I tend to do a longer review at the end of the second episode when it's a two-parter. Either way, we're going to carry on. Just before I do, if you've not already subscribed to the channel and you do like the X-Files, give it a quick subscribe down here. Be much appreciated, and we will carry straight on with episode 10 of season 7.
Cozy, toasty, toasty.
Seems like a perfectly normal family.
No, little.
What is this trial I'm being put through?
She's writing something. What the hell? Result in the... What? What the frick's going on? Well, it was a normal family for about 5 minutes. Who the hell shut the door? Is she gone now? Now she's gone.
Why are you here, Agent Mulder?
I want this case.
I'm fairly certain I've got more than enough competent agents in here.
No, there might be something to this.
I have to follow protocol. Behavioral gets first crack, then the people down at NCMEC. You've got till noon.
Too many memories back here with his sister. Could do. But yeah, this is what happens. It turns into a frenzy, doesn't it? You have the media, lawyers.
Sorry, no press allowed inside.
Yeah,
Special
press.
Agent Fox Mulder, FBI. I'd like to speak to Mr. and Mrs. LaPierre, if I may.
My clients are not murderers, and
Who's
I
on
resent
Berlin?
any such accusation.
If you really want to help your clients, Mr. Brink, get them a real lawyer. And I have a lot of experience with crimes like the one that took place here. I want to ask you about the notes you found. Where did you find it?
You didn't find it, did you?
In my daughter's bedroom.
No.
When?
They've hid,
When I went to check on her.
they've hid facts here because they're scared.
Do you know what time that was?
I mean, from what we saw, the wife just started, she got that pen out the drawer and she started writing the ransom note, regardless of what's happened. And the illusion or the image that the father was shown of her already being dead and then her being gone, and then his wife doing that. Obviously, they came to out of whatever it was they were suffering from, seeing that she's written it, panicked and gone. We don't tell them that. We just tell them we've found a ransom note. But she was the one. I mean, Mulder's. It's not going to take Mulder long to figure out that that's her handwriting, surely.
Is that Amberlynn's bedroom that I saw down the
Oh,
hallway?
it is her name, Amberlynn.
But whatever else the FBI says or does, they're going to try their damnedest to find your little girl. I don't have a report.
They had to move on the case. The media got wind of the police findings and they're going to broadcast them. There's no sign of a break-in. Both the parents were at home at the time that the girl disappeared.
They
Right.
lied about where they found the note.
Yep.
Why?
How does he know that? I mean, we know that because we saw it. He wasn't there. How does he know that? How is he so astute at being able to pick up on this? So the reason it's not shown as anything is that's why it's really got the attention of pretty much every acronym you can think of, agency. No signs of a break-in. No signs of how she was taken. Found a suicide note. Like I said, it's not going to take very long before they figure out that the handwriting is the wife's. This is going to look like they've murdered their own kid and tried to cover it up as a kidnap.
Mulder.
Fox, it's me.
Mom? Hi.
I'm watching the news. That little girl in California. You're out there, aren't you?
Of course it is.
Yes.
Call when you get back, Fox.
Okay, I will.
No ransom.
The paper's a type used by dry cleaners to protect laundry garments. The torn piece the note was found on matches exactly a piece that was found in the garbage at the LaPierre home.
Yeah.
The ink matches a felt tip pen that was also found in the garbage.
You see dominant letter forms, the S in strangle, stray dog. Here in Santa Claus matches up with the S's in dollars, 7.
Do you have information you'd like to share with us, Agent Mulder?
Bud LaPierre says he'd been watching television and had gotten up to go to bed when he found Amber Lynn missing. But no one saw a stranger on a Friday at a fairly early hour enter into a locked and lighted home and remove this little girl undetected.
What are you doing, Mulder?
There's something in that abduction note that I've seen before.
That's not what I mean. You told them that they were wrong, Mulder.
And they are.
Santa
Pocatello, Idaho, 1987. Look familiar?
Now, what's going to make this? What's going to prove that Mulder is on something here and that they are wrong and he's right is if that one from 1987 that also sends Santa Claus on it is possibly from something very similar, possibly another kid abducted, or even if it's not, it's something else. It could be that whoever wrote that was meant to be someone who was meant to be innocent, like a parent or something. If that lines up as well, they're supposed to be filming children. Oh, okay. I mean, that's always a bad sign unless it's your own kid.
Your 6-year-old son, Dean, was taken from his bed while he slept. A note was found threatening his life, later determined to be written by you.
Yeah,
You
I'm
pled
right.
innocent at trial. On the night your son disappeared, you had a vision of him dead.
Same.
That you thought it was your mind playing tricks on you, but when you got up to check on him, he was missing from his bed. Is that accurate?
Oh, it's exactly the same.
Now, there's a phrase down here at the bottom. No one shoots at Santa Claus.
Yeah. Why did you write that?
Can you explain what that means to me? A little girl disappeared from her bed 3 days ago.
Same
The note that
circumstances.
was left at that scene. Neither note makes a specific demand. In both cases, there's no evidence of foul play or break-in.
Oh, this is
You
weird.
can't explain it because you didn't do anything.
No, she didn't. Oh, this is going to be hard to prove.
I'd hoped you'd call upon your return, but I haven't heard from you. I'm sure you're busy. There are so many emotions in me,
This is
wouldn't know
unusual.
where to start.
You need to start telling the truth. All I was saying here is somebody's taking these kids. It's not the parents, even though the parents are looking like the culprit because of everything that's happened with the no break-in and that the notes have been written and analysed to have been written by them. This image that they're shown, like the father was here, like she was, the child had been murdered and killed, and then suddenly it flicks back. That's what I'm saying. Maybe they are handing over their kid to somebody who really is doing harm to them, having no recollection of it whatsoever, coming round, and then once all the police and everything's involved, they're doing what this couple did here and tried to hide it because it just shows evidence of you being the guilty one. She's ended up in prison for it because the evidence backs up the story. I just can't work out how the hell this is happening and whether this is actually a person, a perpetrator, a child killer that's doing this.
I just want to tell you that your little girl is okay. And I know you're afraid of the truth because I saw things that I was afraid of too. It was like they wrote themselves using my hand.
She knows.
But what I know for sure, because I feel it in my heart, is that my son is safe and protected.
Intensify our search where? The Twilight Zone?
I have a corroborating witness.
In state prison.
There's a material connection between these two women.
I need to have a word with Agent Mulder.
It can wait.
No, it can't, sir.
His mother.
What is it, Scully?
Mulder, your mom's dead.
How did she know? Or she has, hasn't she? That's why she told you to come home. This is real world shit. All I'm saying is, you know, Skinner's on their side a lot more often than not. But he has a linear mind and never looks at things the way Mulder does. Imaginary friends, we accept everything for what it is and what we see and what we hear. And in society,
she used them to sleep.
That's Pam.
Is there a note?
Society numbs us to that.
She wanted to talk, but I never called her back. Why are these pictures gone?
Yeah.
There were photos here. There were photos of my sister and I. This is all that she had left of us, and they're missing. Why? Look at this place. I mean, it's all staged. The pills, the oven, the tape. It's like a bad movie script. They would have come here and they would have threatened her.
Okay, we've got a problem here now. Because the way I'm reading this. Because this is heartbreaking, because we saw her mom, his mom. She said she'd got things she'd never said, things that were left unsaid, things she'd never told him about his sister. I believe she has really done this, but because he's so focused on this little girl and what's going on right now and looking for an explanation for the lack of things that should be there to explain what's happened, he's thinking that his mum's tied in with this, which is why she's mentioned his sister. He's putting two and two together and getting 12 that his mum. That's why I said he can't deal with the fact that his mum's gone and that there's not a nefarious reason behind it. This is where he could lose the ability to focus on what's plausible and what is fantasy here.
My sister was taken away from me when she was 8 years old, like your son was taken away from you.
She was trying to tell you.
Tell me what?
She'd seen them.
Who?
The walk-ins.
The what?
Old souls looking for new homes.
You can see them?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
But sometimes it's very difficult because they live in the starlight.
Oh, where have I heard that before?
Where do they take them? Your boy, this little girl, Amberlyn LaPierre.
I don't know.
I've heard that though before somewhere, that saying, they hide in the starlight.
The kids want to see Santa. What about it?
He's just flying in.
Abused as a kid, loner, has trouble making connections with people, socially backward, paedophile, murderer. Gets close to children by playing Santa Claus. But how he's doing what he's doing, I don't know.
There are so many emotions in me,
That sounds
don't know where to start.
like it's against her
So
will.
much that I've left unsaid for reasons I hope one day you'll understand.
My mother was trying to tell me something.
Was she though?
They've had visions of their sons and daughters in scenarios that never happened, but my mother must have written a note like that herself. All these visions that I've had have just been, they've been to help me cope, to help me deal with the loss, but I've been looking for my sister in the wrong place.
Your mother killed herself, Mulder.
Yeah. Autopsy.
I conducted the autopsy.
I'm right on her.
She was dying of an incurable disease.
There you go. Hidden it from you.
She didn't want to live.
Many people don't. They decide to check out before it gets too bad.
She was just trying to take away your pain.
She was. Oh, man. He moves the narrative as to what's happened to his sister when things affect him. Oh, look at that. What the hell? Hiding in the starlight?
Billy LaPierre is asking for him. She's got something to say, and she'll only talk to Mulder.
It's none of it.
He'll go.
What is it?
This case is heated up. I booked 2 flights for us.
I swear to God, she was right over there. In the pajamas her grandma gave her.
It's gonna sound
I
crazy.
thought she was saying 74.
74, the number 74? Does that mean anything to you? 74 mean anything to you, Mr. LaPierre? The delusional talk of people that don't want to accept the truth.
You think they know what happened to their child?
Maybe, maybe not, but you can't see a ghost and still hope to find her alive.
Well, what about the handwritten note?
I don't know what that means. I
No, I
know
don't.
what is the truth and what isn't anymore. I'm way too close to this case to make any kind of sound judgment. In fact, I would like to ask for you to let me off this case, please, and I'd like to take some time off.
Huh. 74. Do you know what? Follow it. Santa's North Pole Village.
What?
Stop.
Yeah.
Turn around.
Turn the car around. The girl is trying to do what she can to tell you. Otherworldly stuff too. There you go. Why would he have all that? Don't tell me.
Some of these tapes go back to the 60s.
He's been doing this a long time. That.
It's Amberlynn LaPierre.
There you go. He was watching her.
This tape is dated 2 days before her disappearance.
Yeah. Grab him, bastard. Does he have some secret, I don't know, bunker or something where he takes them? You are done.
Keep your hands up!
What's your name?
True love.
You're under arrest.
Don't tell me. There could be an entire graveyard of them out here. I'm right, aren't I? I didn't write this, because there's still a lot I don't know. Oh my good God. And no one's thought to come and look at what all this is? Oh man, I can't wait for the second part. That was really good. Damn. Alright guys, episode 10, part 1 of 2 of this little 2-part series. I'm understanding a lot of this. There are aspects of it that are mysterious and, like I said, otherworldly as to why the parents, both the woman in prison and the Lafayette, whatever the surname is, are seeing their dead children in what she had explained as they hide in the starlight. I have heard that somewhere before. Maybe it wasn't in the X-Files, it was in some other show, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe I've heard it, I've pulled it out of context from something else. No idea. If you know where I might have heard that before, let me know in the comments. Or maybe I'm just going crazy. So, the issue we've got here is, like I said, we have got a perpetrator. We have got a paedophile who has obviously been doing this. If he's been doing this since the 60s, and this is meant to be like 2000 or so he's been doing this since he was a teenager. So he is, you know what I mean, paedophiles are lifelong criminals because there's no cure, right? So if you are one at 15, you'll be one when you're 65, okay? Which is why there's not really any rehabilitation for them. Now then, so we've got that, there's an explanation there, but there's no explanation whatsoever other than him watching them, filming him, and him somehow doing what he does and burying him here. I'm guessing because it's not all been proven yet. What doesn't make sense is how these children go out of their homes from their parents, and all this where the parents are writing these notes and then seeing them as though they're an apparition or a ghost or whatever it is you want to call it. And then we've got Mulder dealing with his mother committing suicide with a terminal illness, wanting to speak to him before, because she felt now was the right time to do it. And then because he was so busy with this and she knew he was going to focus specifically on his sister's disappearance and get involved with it that way and stop making connections where there aren't any, because she knows the truth. She wanted to speak to him, never got a chance, and now he's thinking that there's some sort of motive behind that, and that, this is what I said, he changes the narrative if a case gets to him that involves a kid being taken, in particular a little girl. But we know, we've kind of had the explanation to a degree from the syndicate and his father, and what they were doing and what they were sacrificing, and that a lot of them had to sacrifice their children, and if they had more than one they had to make a choice. We've been down all that road, so I don't want to really focus on that too much, even though that's precisely what Mulder's doing. I mean, he's even has to be pulled off this case now. What's weird is that quick interview with her mum there saying, I thought she whispered 74, and Scully being Scully and I saw it straight away, the sign saying Highway 74. You know what? Just indulge me here. Let's just go check this out while we're here. And then it's just led to that. But we are halfway through a story here, so I'm making suppositions and making guesstimates. Really good episode though. Really good. I can't wait for part 2. I'll leave it there because I've said what I think it is up to this point. What I understand is real in this to this point, and what I'm not sure I understand that isn't what we come to believe of the world, which is why Skinner always has such a problem with it, because I said he's got the narrow focus blinkers on that most of us have, where you only accept what you can see, what you can hear, what you can prove, evidence, no evidence. As soon as people start going out the bounds of that and mentioning aliens or ghosts or anything, you're like, oh, come on, this is seriously, this is a kidnapping, blah 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 blah. So I understand normally it would be, and it would just be a normal FBI case like that, but he knew straight off. Right, see you for episode 11, next part 2 of this. If you want to see this story out, best way to do that is to make sure that you subscribe to the channel and you'll be notified when the video is released. So don't forget to hit the subscribe for me. I would very much appreciate it. And if you want to watch the episode in full length, just check the link in the description. That will head you over to Patreon. Right, that's enough plugging from me. I will see you for episode 11. Finish out this story next time. Till then, guys, thanks a lot for watching. See you for part 2.